Krishna is mine. God is mine. I am His. That is the basis of devotion. Now, how do I think He is mine? So far we were thinking I am the tiny soul, He is the Supreme Almighty. No. Don't think of Him as the Almighty. He is just Sri Krishna. You are not the tiny soul. Now you come into the 5 sentiments of devotion. These are called the 5 bhavs of bhakti. First one, Sri Krishna is my king. I am his subject. Relationship in the sentiment of king, of him being the king. So many religious traditions, even in Hinduism, we look the residents of Dwarka, they look on Sri Krishna as the king. The residents of Ayodhya look on Sri Ram as the king. Who is God? He is our king. This is a distant relationship. It is a relationship, but there is great distance and formality. Someday the king's procession will come. We will see him from far and say, there goes our king. Then after that, go and stand close to him, sit down by his side, fan him a little, press his feet, speak to him, do some gupshup. No, the subjects don't have that privilege. Just keep seeing him from far and admiring his splendor. So this is called Shanta Bhav. What I am telling you, these bhavs, they are the sentiments of upasana. Upasana or devotion means to go and sit close to God. How do you reach close? You need some pathways. These are the 5 pathways that your mind can take to reach close to Him. The first is the pathway, He is my king. But the Rasik saints say, no, this is not good enough. You can't even serve Him. You just see Him from afar and admire His splendor. And now we go to the next one, Dasya Bhav. He is my master. I am His servant. Relationship of master and servant. Now there is closeness. If to go and see the head of a country, a senior government official goes, the guard of his building office will stop him. Sir, where are you going? I am such and such officer. That's right, but have you got your gate pass made? No. I am sorry, you will not get an entry. And the servant will walk straight in. Where are you going? What do you mean, where am I going? I have this pass. Who are you to stop me? I go and serve every day. He will go straight to that head of state, speak to him, receive personal instructions. All right, I'll get it done, don't worry. He is the servant, he has got the right. Similarly, if we are the servant of God, now that sentiment is also reflected in many places, many traditions. Who are we? We are the servants of God. So we get His closeness. Now look at this sentiment. How it is one servant is telling God. He says, my Lord, this body had the privilege of serving you entire life. Upon death, what will happen to the body? God said, why do you worry? The 5 elements will merge back into their source. You will come to my divine abode. You will receive a divine body. No, my Lord, through this body I attained you. I want something to be done for its elements. Ehi tan Ram bhagati mein pai, tate mohi mamata adhikai. God said, what do you want? Tell me. My Lord, after death, all the earth element that exists in my body. The path on which you take your morning walk, it should go and merge there, so that it continues serving you even after death. Look at the elevated state of sentiments that the servant is desiring to serve his master with its bodily elements even after passing away. All the water element in my body, that lake in which you bathe, it should reach there so that it is not bereft of your service when I die. The fire element that exists, the mirror from which you decorate yourself, let it reach that so it continues to serve you. In the summer days when you are fanned, the air that is close to you, let my air element merge there. And the playground where you play, let all my space element reach there. Now this servant desires to serve his master God with the elements of his body. This is Dasya Bhav, or the sentiment of worshipping God in servitude. And God is such a master. The servant desires how to please the master, and the master desires how to please the servant. Ram Sada Sevak Ruchi Rakhi Ved Puran Sadhu Sura Sakhi. In fact, Hanuman was told by Ram, Prati Upakar Karo Ka Tora Sanmukh Hoin Sakat Man Mura. However, this sentiment of servitude still has some constraints in the expression of love. Why? There is a lot of formality. You are the servant, keep at your distance, behave in this manner. And when love enhances, it swells. Out there, these formalities, they are destroyed. Like Ram, he is Maryada Purushottam. He is following all the propriety of conduct. However, when he went to the house of Shabari, he started eating the half-eaten berries. Now you ask him, what is this you are doing? You have established dharma. Which dharma says that a Kshatriya should eat these half-eaten berries? He said, I forgot. What do you mean you forgot? You are all-knowing, you are the Supreme Lord. You know, love was so much that my knowledge got blunted because of it. And the same thing happened to Shabari. Because of her love, she had been waiting for 40 years for Ram to come. And when he came, she forgot everything. Every day she used to decorate her house. When will he come? When will he come? When will he come? Finally, when he came, she forgot. She did not even realize he's tasting those berries and putting them in his mouth. And he's eating them thinking there's nothing so tasty I've ever eaten. Nothing so tasty as berries. You have your divine abode. You don't even have berries there. No. It's her love that is making it so tasteful. So when love enhances, the knowledge merges into it. So in Dasya Bhav, the sentiment of servitude, there is still constraint. One servant was cleaning his master's house. The master was sitting in the drawing room, relaxing. His friend came. He sat by his side on the sofa, and they started discussing what happened in office. Tell me the news, what are your plans, ha ha, ho ho. The servant was looking at all this and getting astonished. Is this the way to behave with my master? And my master is so joyous about it. If he is so pleased by such behavior, I unnecessarily keep all these formalities. Yes sir, yes sir. All right, let me do the same. He just waited for the friend to leave. And when the friend said, all right, see you in office tomorrow, he said, I will see you right away. He put his cloth down and he went and sat down by his master's side. He put his hand around his neck. Sunao yaar, kya hal chal hai? Tell me, what is the news? Now the master thought that he had lost his balance. He took his hand off, made him stand up, and he said, Ramu, what's going on? Is this the way to behave? I am dismissing you from your job. Dismissing me, sir, but in these days of recession, there is no other job. How will my family eat? Just now your friend came and you were laughing so loudly. Why are you getting annoyed with me? He was a friend and you are a servant. The servant will not get the seat of a friend. Similarly, if you worship God as your friend, if you say, He is my friend, then you establish an even closer relationship with Him. This is Sakhya Bhav, the spirit of friendship with Sri Krishna. This is so sweet. Jagat Guru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, my spiritual master, he writes, Dekho dekho ri, ha dekho dekho ri, gwal balan yari, dekho dekho ri. He says, look at Sri Krishna's friendship with his loving devotees. These cowherd friends of Sri Krishna, they are engaging in these loving pastimes. God is displaying them to teach us, to reveal to us that you can also share such friendship with Him. What happens in this friendship? Rijavat khel jitay sakhan ko, ghoda bani bani banwari, dekho dekhari. They play games. They are little children, Sri Krishna and his friends, and they have bets. If I win, then you will have to become the horse. I will become the rider. If I lose, I will be the horse. Now Sri Krishna has lost. So, it's your turn. Bari Ghoda Sakha Savar. Now God is the horse. And the soul is the rider. Dekho kaise rijwar, man tero sancho yaar, Brajraj Kumar. Kripaluji Maharaj writes that look how loving God is. For the sake of his friend, he has become a horse. And the friend is sitting, come on my dear horse, faster, faster. Now when somebody does horse riding, the thrill comes when the horse runs fast. Otherwise it's boring and you people say I could as well have walked on the ground. So they use the spur of their shoes to kick the horse. That forces the horse to run faster. So when Sri Krishna goes slowly, because his friend is bigger in size,